What was he like? 31 Wicker Avenue. This is it.
You sure?
I'm sure.
At last. That stench of stale grease about you reminds me too much of my old job.
Job?
You worked as a waiter?
I was a chef. And not in any old kitchen. At the maximum security penitentiary on Gore Island. Can't think of a better way to do time. And how do you think I met Alphonse? Playing golf?
Alphonse?
On the subject of cooking, I know your blueberry pie had an extra something. I still don't know what.
Alphonse?
So what now? You got a plan?
Take a look around, in case there's a rear exit. I'll take the main door.
My pleasure.
It seemed like we were having a separate conversation then, because like I was like, Alphonse. He's like, blueberry pie had something weird in it. Alphonse, I like blueberry pie. What? Have you got the right house?
The fact that a criminal like him can hang up his shingle in broad daylight says a lot about Santa Esperanza.
What does that mean? It's a shingle. Isn't that like a disease? I don't know what he means. There's a gnome there.
Interesting taste. Been centuries since a gardener visited this house. Maybe Boccherini's business isn't going too well.
Alright. So is this a guy who Capone killed his dad and then raised him a little bit, or was like in connection with him, and now he's like a bad guy? I think that's what he said. I'm not sure though. Let's use the door first. Gentle.
Boccherini? Carlo Boccherini?
Nothing of interest out back. Sorry. You better come see this, Mr. Ness.
What is it?
Has he hung himself?
I don't know how to describe it.
It looks much worse than hanging. Looks like he's cut up. Oh my god, is that him?
Is that our man?
Boccherini.
My God.
We have to find out who did this, and why. Let's go.
You're the detective, Mr. Ness. Besides, Alphonse will want to see this. I'll be right back.
All right. I have to establish how Boccherini died.
Okay.
Maybe the body parts can shed some light on the motive.
Alright. Detective okay, solve the murders investigation board. So, if you click on it, there's not much to do.
Maybe the body parts can shed some light on the motive.
Okay, so we need to find the body parts to take pictures or whatever. So let's just look around, see what we can click on.
The blood comes from the other side of the corridor and ends next to the body. He was attacked in the other room and dragged to the hall.
Why is there so much blood though?
The evidence suggests that the events began in the lounge. How did Boccherini encounter his murderer?
So, yeah, okay, so let's just keep clicking on things to see. Okay.
Whatever crushed the table must have been really heavy. Or maybe it was thrown extremely hard.
Boccherini looks like a big guy, so it's probably him. Let's back out of this. So something was smashed into that. Looks like it was like a bowl in here or something. What's this on the floor? A watch. Can we look at this? Turn it around. There we go.
What kind of person takes off a wristwatch without unfastening it? Or fastens the strap again after taking it off?
That is a bit weird. What's that one? Something else there. I can't click on that.
Blood. Blood everywhere.
Yep, and there's one more thing apparently. There we go, the face.
Did it break during the struggle, or was it already broken?
Yeah, what time is it on? That could be the time of the attack. If it broke at the attack, in the attack.
This was opened recently.
There's loads of clues. Do we need to piece it together though?
Smells of whiskey.
Just gonna keep picking up clues. It's a gun.
There's something under there. How'd it wind up under there? Not one round fired. It must have happened fast.
And this just looks like where you may have entered.
Glass on the floor indicates the window was broken from outside.
Okay, yeah. So he smashed his way in. What are they? Beans? I can't look down.
Like a true bachelor, he should have put these into soak. Hours of scraping to get them clean. Although at this stage, I don't think Boccherini's too worried about that.
No, that's not a clue, is it? Oh, there we go.
4 glasses. 2 of water, 2 of wine. I've always been a whiskey man, but I know a good wine when I see one.
So it seems like he might have had someone around recently, or was yeah, he's already ate, hasn't he? So he was with someone, it seems, when they were eating.
Leftover lasagna. And it looks good. Why is it that 2 out of 3 Italian gangsters are great cooks? I'll never understand what the deal is with them and cooking.
And the other one is all the way around here. I didn't look up, down even.
What is it with Italians and olives? They lap those things up like caviar. The plates and the glasses leave no room for doubt. Boccherini had company for dinner.
Yep. So someone was a witness. We need to find that person, it seems. The knife has been taken.
1 knife's missing. The biggest one.
Okay. So it seemed like he was cut up with a knife. Let's check out what's in here. The person might still be here.
Shut from the inside.
You mean locked? Alright, I think the first thing I looked at, I didn't do all the clues on it. You know, the table that was smashed. So I think if we go to this again and look around. Oh, you can go all the way over here, I didn't realise.
A perfectly circular dint. As if someone had tried to hammer in a gigantic bolt. Around 4 inches in diameter.
Okay, the scratch marks.
Fingernails scratched the wood.
Huh, there's blood over here.
Blood ran like water.
Okay, I'm gonna look at the board. Can we interact with it? Okay, assault. So we choose things like going to the assault. It's like smash stuff? Like if the window got smashed?
Pieces of glass from the window in the hall, found inside the house.
So we're looking for signs of like a struggle, aren't we? So smashed
Broken
stuff.
whiskey glass found in the dining room.
That's incorrect, okay. The gun then, I guess?
Pistol, fully loaded.
Yeah. Blood, of course.
2 pools of blood, one on either
No?
side of the dining room table.
Okay. Do I lose points if I don't get the right thing or something? I'm gonna go over to mutilation. There we go. So there's gonna be like blood and stuff, isn't it?
The trail of blood from the dining room to the hall.
Okay. I'm bad at this. I think we need to find more clues. I think we need to go to the body itself, because we didn't really look at that.
Holy Christ, what the hell are we up against?
Like, what are these things sticking in him?
His eyes were pulled clean out of their sockets. Whoever did this, it wasn't their first time. And if they committed any other murders like this, it's likely that the police found some of the bodies. I must remember to ask Alice. His teeth were all pulled out before he was killed. The buildup of blood inside his mouth speaks for itself.
God, he pulled his teeth out first. Left. Going like around the body. There's his hands missing.
This isn't a cut, it's a tear. His hands were ripped off. Who has that kind of strength?
What are the things, like, sticking into him? Are they, like, fire pokers? Is that glass? Hey, that's the thing, I think. You know the hole in the table? It's, like, the same size as that, I think.
What's he got stuck in there? Looks like the bottom of a glass.
It's weird. Alright, we're missing one thing. There we go.
Pity he won't last till Christmas, because he'd almost pass for a tree. There's no doubt the murderer took his time.
Okay, let's go to the board. Mutilation. Mutilation's like cutting, isn't it? So it's like any of these pictures, right?
Boccherini's teeth were all pulled out.
Yeah, like damage to the body, isn't it? Mutilation.
The murderer tore Boccherini's hands off. Hands ripped off, teeth torn out. I guess I'll have to rule out criminal intent or a personal angle. Boccherini's eyes still haven't shown up. What if I look for whatever was used to remove them?
Need to find his eyes. Or what removed them, I mean. So there's something in the salt I haven't done. I don't think anything's there.
An open
So I still need to carry on looking. We can go upstairs, it seems.
Takes a strong man to tear that out. Or several.
So, do you know that guy that's like with the children? The Grim Reaper guy? Maybe he's like a monster. Like super strong? I don't understand how they're ripping his limbs off.
Jammed shut from the inside. Maybe between the two of us when Milton gets back. If I'm not mistaken, this door opens onto the same room as the locked door in the kitchen.
I think there's someone in there. There's a spoon there. That's probably what you use to open the eyes out. It's got eye goo on it.
Blood and some kind of sticky liquid.
Oh my god, that's eye goo, innit? Ugh. Let's go to that. Spoonerino.
A teaspoon stained with blood and some kind of sticky liquid. The mixture of sticky liquid and blood can only mean one thing. The spoon was used to remove Boccherini's eyes. The mutilations and the disappearance of his eyes suggest two possible motives. Psychopathy or cultist fanaticism. Which is it?
I don't think we've got any clues at the moment for the motive.
The trail of blood.
No. I think as well, assault. Maybe if we go to the thing. No, it's not even there. I was going to say where like there was stuff on the stairs, but it's not. There's more blood around here then, so this is more of an assault evidence, I think. His hands are there.
Oh shit. I should have stayed in my diner.
Open his fingers. There's something in there, isn't there? So, are his eyes in there? And how do we open it? From this side? Where do we open it from? I guess the other side. There we go.
Are these teeth from the body? Well, at least I know why his teeth were pulled out, more or less.
Why they were pulled out? No, you don't. That's definitely the mutilation. No, it's not mutilation. It's not assault either, is it? Let's see this.
What is that?
It's like that's the motive,
Looks
I guess.
like a ritual. What was Boccherini mixed up in?
Let's go to the board quickly. I think motive will be in that thing we just found on the wall. The ritual thing,
Some kind of symbol drawn in blood.
and possibly
A
this.
sick altar of human flesh.
Yeah.
Although I don't know the origin of the symbol in the bathroom and the altar of flesh and teeth, I'd say the motive was some kind of occult religion. The big question is, who did it?
Indeed. So I'm gonna continue looking around a little bit. I think I need to find something else for the assault. Let's check the garage.
This car looks too classy for a forger like Boccherini. Are there sufficient reasons to believe that when the murderer attacked Boccherini, there was someone else in the house? The first possibility to be ruled out is that the car belonged to Boccherini. Let's take a look in the glove compartment. Bingo. A man's cigarette case.
Where's the button? There.
OB. One of the Boccherini clan?
So is that evidence of who the car belongs to, I guess?
Vermont plates. Someone drove a long way.
So should we check that out now with the car? I think we found the clues for the car, right?
A car with Vermont plates.
And this?
Initials OB on a cigarette case. 1. It has Vermont plates. 2. It's too luxurious for a criminal of his standing. 3. The initials on the cigarette case don't match his name. The next possibility that needs to be ruled out is that the car was stolen. There should be evidence that there was someone else in the house.
The food.
Dirty plates, glasses, and silverware from a dinner for 2. The dirty dishes and glasses prove that Boccherini ate lasagna with one other person. Was Boccherini's guest still in the house when the murderer showed up?
Yeah, the door.
A door in the kitchen, locked from the inside.
No. So, clues to show that the person was in the house.
Pools of blood, one on either side of the dining room table.
So 2 pools, so one body might have been killed and taken away? No. Okay.
A broken table, scratched and... What looks like the bottom of a broken glass, buried in Boccherini's back.
Okay, so that was a clue. I was just clicking a few random things. What's this?
The lamp, torn off its brackets and blocking the stairs. A broken table. A broken whiskey glass found in
That's the glass.
It seems clear that Boccherini and his guest were drinking when the murderer took them by surprise. The real question is, what happened to the witness? Did they escape? Did the murderer take them? Or are they still in the house?
I'm gonna go for in the house with the locked doors. There's 2 locked doors.
A door in the kitchen, locked from the inside.
And there's another door that's locked.
In the corridor jammed shut. One locked door could be a coincidence, but 2 locked doors which open onto the same room can't be. Either I'm completely wrong, or the witness is in that room. But I need Milton to open one of those doors.
Well, because he's big and strong. So we're still missing the assault. I don't know if I've missed something. I'm gonna try everything now.
A trail of blood from the dining... An open bottle of whiskey.
Oh, that's it.
I'd say Boccherini was drinking in the dining room when his assailant burst in through the window. Boccherini pulled his gun, but the murderer disarmed him before he could shoot. Where did the torture begin?
Torture, okay.
2 pools of blood, one on either side of the dining room
All the
table.
blood bits.
A broken table, scratched and covered in blood. A trail of blood from the dining room.
Nope. The smashed stuff? No, that's not torture, is it?
The lamp, torn off its... A blood-stained wristwatch, with the glass broken and the strap fastened. The bloodstains show that the murderer began to torture Boccherini on the dining table itself. That was where his hands were torn off. As a result, his wristwatch fell to the ground.
Of course.
How did the body reach its current position?
Obviously, the reason why his watch was strapped because the hands were removed. Alright, so... This one, I think we've only got 2 things left.
A trail of blood from the dining room to the hall. The lamp, torn off its brackets. Boccherini, already minus hands, was dragged into the hall, where the murderer used the brackets of the lamp to complete his macabre diorama.
Mr.
Where's-
Ness, can you open the door for me?
It's Milton. Where's Milton been? Has he just been watching outside?
It was open. Why did you ring?
I thought I should use the doorbell so I wouldn't startle you.
We went to get a camera.
I didn't notice there was a doorbell.
Yeah, he did.
Says the man Milton had left in charge of an important investigation. So, what can you tell me to restore my faith in you as a detective?
What is that?
My god.
Not a good start. It's a camera, so Alphonse can see all this.
All right. Follow me.
My guy's an idiot. What's that? A camera? I didn't know there's a
Boccherini had
doorbell.
company for dinner. Someone from Vermont with the initials OB. Someone whose social status was a lot higher, but who was on the same side of the law. He served lasagna, and after clearing away the dishes, they opened a bottle of whiskey in the dining room. That was when the murderer burst in on them, coming through the window which he broke with his own body weight. Boccherini, or maybe his guest, pulled a gun, but it was a waste of time. The murderer was so fast he was disarmed before he could fire. He focused his attention on Boccherini, totally ignoring the guest, and lifted him up into the air.
This guy's like a
He then
ninja.
threw him against the dining room table so hard that one of the glasses of whiskey was embedded in Boccherini's back. He span around, clawing at the table, and immediately afterwards the murderer ripped off his hands. I have no idea how he did it, but all the evidence suggests he just pulled. Blood sprayed everywhere. The wristwatch fell to the ground. He dragged him through the corridor into the hall. He tore down the lamp, hung him from the brackets, and stabbed steel rods through his body. He skewered him on the iron bars, possibly taken from the fence outside, and pulled out his teeth one by one. Finally, he scooped out his eyes with a teaspoon. Boccherini must have been dead when the murderer went to the bathroom with his hands in his teeth. There, he arranged them to make an altar, weaving the fingers together and placing the teeth inside. Next, he painted something on the wall in blood, a symbol which I don't recognize, but which could have some kind of ritualistic significance. When he'd finished his artwork, he left. I don't know what he did with the eyes.
This is
telling
deep.
me that someone did all this armed with a teaspoon?
More or less.
And you worked all this out on your own, just by looking?
More or less.
I don't know which of the two of you scares me more. Wait a second. What about the guest?
Right. Come with me.
Alright, let's try those doors. Kick.
Nothing.
Shit.
Turns out Mr. Untouchable isn't infallible. But you were close. Congratulations.
This must be Boccherini's office. Let's take a quick look around.
All yours.
Look for clues in the office. Alright, there's a briefcase here. Let's spin it around. Open that side and this side. Money.
Jesus. There's at least $1 million here.
Mm-hmm. Boccherini's?
I'd be surprised. Probably his guests, and I doubt it was to pay Boccherini for his services. None of his forgeries are worth that much.
Let's check out this stuff.
Carlo, I have the goods for OB, but I have to take the children to school tomorrow and I can't make the meetup. Friday, same time, same place. It's signed NI.
Mm-hmm. These initials are getting to be a pain in the ass, right?
I have to take the kids to school tomorrow. I don't think this is some loving divorced daddy, Milton.
I take back what I just said.
That sounds like a code, doesn't it? I have to take the kids to school.
The driver's license of one John Martinson and Osmond Burke. OB.
Do we know him?
So he's not Boccherini
The
then.
eldest son of the richest family in Vermont, convicted rapist. He was arrested thanks to the testimony of his father, who wound up disinheriting him. He escaped from prison last week. He broke into the family home and slit the throats of all his relatives one by one, opened the safe, and got away with a fortune.
They don't make jails like they used to. All starting to add up, isn't it?
Oh god.
Milton! Milton!
Help me.
You're doing fine on your own, Mr. Ness. I believe in you.
Really? You're behind? Oh god. I didn't press the right button. Thanks, Milton. Thank you.
Believe in you.
Alright, I'm never gonna trust Milton if anything ever again. Why is he not helping? He keeps slapping him. Oh, you threw him into the knife. Brilliant. Who is this guy? Is this the rapist?
Get out of my way, I said! He's coming back!
Who's coming back?
Him! The monster!
The guy who killed Boccherini?
He was a monster! Oh, get your hands off me, Negro!
What was he like? Describe him for me.
It was a monster. Red and black. I mean, his head reached the ceiling. He tore off his hands with his claws! It was a monster! A monster!
Should I hit him again?
No.
Burke, shut up. You're Osmond Burke, right?
Yes.
Good. Now pay attention, Burke, because I have a question for you.
Alright. The suitcase, the money, the documents, what are the documents? The ID badge and all that? And the note about taking the kids to school. Let's ask about the note.
Who wrote this note?
Nikolai Ivankov.
Rings a bell.
One of Capone's right-hand men 20 years ago. What does this stuff about kids mean?
I don't know.
Calm down, Burke. You were going to meet up with him, right?
Yes, at the docks, berth 42, right next to where the alligator 3 is moored.
So what's the meetup time?
Tomorrow at noon. Tomorrow.
Tomorrow? No, it's going to be tonight. Don't get too comfortable. We'll be there in no time.
What's this say? So what does this mean? Take him to hospital? Or the dying of the police? Or do I... What's the thing here? What do these mean? Is this saying where I'm gonna take him? Alright, I think I should take him to the police if this is what this is.
The cops in Santa Esperanza aren't as straight as the cops in Vermont. Even so, I think they'll be delighted to see you at the station.
I'm afraid not, Mr. Ness. I have to take him to Alphonse.
Okay.
Out of the question. I know his temper. He'll beat him to a pulp.
Okay.
Listen, if the missing girl was your granddaughter, you wouldn't forgive me if I didn't let you see the only suspect who could lead us to her.
That's true.
Okay.
Shucks.
What?
I thought that bloodbath would cover up the smell of stale grease. I was wrong.